Hello, higher consciousness community. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today's reading is an intuitive card pull. I'm really excited looking ahead towards our April's full moon, which is going to be in Scorpio. And I've been kind of brainstorming about this one. It's really looking interesting to me because it aligns with the numbers 333. This upcoming super full moon is going to be in the sign of Scorpio, and it's going to be happening, it's going to be at its fullest at 3:33 according to UTC, the sort of universal timing system that we have. So UTC, this time zone is 333. And if you've been into numerology, you'll know that 333 is related to higher consciousness. It's related to universality. It's related to creating. It's related to the creator. It's related to Christ consciousness. It's related to creating things for the good of all. So this number really stood out to me, and I wanted to do a quick intuitive poll. Another thing I'm noticing about this moon is that it is a pink moon. During this time, it's going to look especially pink. It has a very nice pink glow to it, and part of that is coming from its proximity to the Earth. Supermoons are when the moon is closest in orbit to the Earth. So at this time, it looks larger in the sky. It has a nice pink glow to it. And what does pink resonate with? Well, pink resonates with the heart chakra. So that's another strong message that's standing out to me about this full moon in Scorpio, is that it's going to have an emphasis on the heart chakra and the heart chakra's tendencies. The heart chakra is the body center that allows us to have a connection from the cosmos down to Earth and vice versa. So we're able to take in energy and we're able to relay it back or create our own messages and convey them through our expressive energies. And our heart chakra has a lot to do with us keeping our chakra system in balance. Our upper chakras, our intuitive feminine side, and our lower chakras are more grounded masculine side. So we have this balancing act happening with the heart chakra being emphasized in this upcoming full moon. So another message I'm getting is that the moon is going to be closer to the Earth, as I've just mentioned. And if we think about this in relationship, well, that means that the moon is getting closer to its planetary ruler, right? The planet that it orbits. It has a very close relationship with this planet that we live on. So these two are very close in relationship. They are super close. And so this full moon, this super moon, is emphasizing that relationship by how close it's getting to the Earth. And the Earth also, what we know of the Earth is it resonates with a motherly instinct. It resonates with the motherly characteristics, how it nurtures us and it provides for us. It gives us a stable foundation to grow from. And so the Earth does this for us. And what does it do for the moon? Well, it holds this moon in a balancing act. It holds it somewhere in between being grounded to the Earth, but being able to freely roam enough that it can explore more into the cosmos. So these two have a strong relationship, moon and Earth. I don't need to tell you that, it's something you already know, but this close relationship is going to be emphasized on the supermoon in Scorpio. So when this happens, there's a lot of watery energy coming in, and there's also air energy coming in. There's water energy coming in because it's Scorpio, and Scorpio is a water sign, but then there's air energy coming in because this pink moon is again related to the heart chakra, and the heart chakra is related to the element of air. So the energies that I'm getting from this coming full moon are predominantly air and water. So we've got this sensation of flow and creativity. That's really what I'm getting about this when we think about air, when we think about water. Well, those are very fluid and capable of moving and flowing, expanding, you name it. So those are a couple of my quick interpretations about this full moon right off. And going back to this number symbolism, the numerology of this planetary event, this full moon occurring at 3:33. Well, the symbolisms of this timing are also very much of abundance. It's that when we come in touch with our upper and lower chakras, our giving and taking energies, this reciprocity, then we're better able to create. There's a greater amount of manifestation happening. There's a greater amount of internal intake happening as well. So this energy definitely resonates with that of 3:33 because this is such a creative number. 3 is very natural, fun-loving, energetic, and it also symbolizes abundance. It symbolizes rapid exponential growth. When we get 333 added up, it creates 9. And 9's energy is that of a bit more rebellious. It definitely stands out. It has something to say right before we reach 10, right before we reach an even familiar number with 1 and 0. We have 9. 9 definitely makes a big last statement. And so this is a time of a statement piece, particularly in relation to creativity and channeling the divine. So I also have a printout right here of the placements on the actual date of April 27th, 2021, and at the exact time of the full moon at 3:33 UTC. I have this printout right here just for reference as I pull some cards and roll my astro dice and see what messages we can come up with in order to prepare for this April super moon in Scorpio. Mercury and Venus are going to be conjunct on this date, and when this happens, that's a lot of air energy doubling up. Mercury is a sign that symbolizes communication, and Venus is the planet of love. Venus is fire and air, and the earthly sign of Taurus. So Spirit, let's see what we have in store. What can we find out to further clarify on channeled messages, intuitive messages for our upcoming full moon? So I'm going to draw on my cards here to see what messages we can come up with in reference to the zodiac wheel where the planets are going to be located on this date. So let's shuffle these cards here and see what messages are coming out. One just shot out. Oh, there's a big stack that came out. We're going to do this. Oh gosh, it is like a big stack too, but all right, let's go for it. Okay, so we have 16, the Tower card coming up. Oh my gosh, Tower card. Okay, so obviously for some of us, there is a rapid spiritual transformation happening, and sometimes this can take a crumbling. It can take things falling apart in order to improve upon. And I'm kind of seeing this more in terms of the Saturn placement in Aquarius, this sort of, it's unexpected. Sometimes there's unexpected crumblings that happen in this realm because there's so much potential for good and bad, and there's so many community outreaches. So when we're starting to do more eccentric and rebellious things, sometimes we can find ourselves in a situation where we have to backtrack out of it, and then we go through this sort of crumbling and we learn this lesson from it. So I'm getting that sense it might have something to do with Saturn and Aquarius. It might have something to do with Mars coming into Cancer. Mars coming into Cancer is going to be more of an active, rather reactive time, because I myself am a Cancer, and I'm very aware that Cancers are very intuitive and emotional, but with that same emotional energy, if Cancers are very reactive to what they're feeling because they're highly empathetic, then things could go very sour very quick if they are impulsive, like the energy that Mars can sometimes convey. So we're having to be very aware that what we're feeling is our own feelings, and that we can take our time to respond back to scenarios. We don't have to be a part of other people's crumbling. We can decide for ourselves how we want to handle things. So that's something I'm getting right there in that combination. Some other cards that fell out are like this one, the Justice card. So this is perfect coming in because we after a crumbling, after things fall apart, we want clarity, right? We want justice. So sometimes things have to fall apart a little bit in order to heal better, right? Like when someone gets a wound, sometimes they have to maybe cut it a little bit more, or they have to clean the wound off, and it can be a painful process, but this is going to help it heal even better. It's going to help those stitches apply perfectly in alignment. So sometimes we have to lose a couple things in order to have this healing, in order to have this justice. So that is demonstrated of that for anyone who's going through a hardship. Know that it is going to resolve in better days ahead. And we also have Ace of Pentacles upside down, Three of Pentacles upside down, Ace of Cups upside down. When I look at these, I'm kind of getting the idea, well, first of all, we have Ace, 3, Ace, so we have this pattern going on of 1, 3, 1, and with this number, it's kind of like an essence of evolution, right? 1, 3, quickly evolving odd numbers. And with these being upside down, and it happens to relate to some of the elements happening right now, it's showing us that we need to stop doing things for the sake of money, right? Pentacles are very physical related, very monetary related. It's related to material wealth. So when these two are upside down, it's showing us that we can sacrifice some of our desires, our material desires, and some of our feelings to acquire these material desires in order to move past it, in order to become more abundant in more than a material way. And what happens when we become abundant in a spiritual way, when we surpass this material plane? Well, actually, it increases this intake, this receptivity for more opportunity. It opens up the doors for even more material abundance. It just starts way up higher in the upper chakras instead of just the lower chakras. And this leads it up for even more expansive and intuitive insight that can be channeled through even more opportunities than previously thought of before. We have Nine of Swords, King of Pentacles. So we're getting this sensation that you've prayed for this, you've planned for this. Things are happening now at a much more rapid pace because you have been setting intentions for some time. You have been protecting what is rightfully yours. So this is building up. This is a build up moment of action and of sacrifice, of moving past sacrifice in order to maintain what is truly ours, which is really only spirit. And spirit is that which acquires this abundance within this lifetime. Spirit within this vehicle of the body is what is able to acquire wealth in this lifetime. So we're finding out a new meaning, a different meaning of wealth, a more spiritual interpreted meaning of wealth, right? And we have the Magician card upside down. So I'm getting this sensation that this is what we're striving for. This is what we're working towards with this next full moon. And we're going to be able to do this if we can just move. I believe we're going to become the magician when we've maybe stepped past Neptune and Pisces a little bit more. And I believe that we have the potential to overcome any blockages with our creative forces, our creative potential by tapping into the heart chakra, going back to the message of this proximity of the earth and the moon together. With these two side by side closer together on this super moon, well, that means that we're even more able to create. The tides are likely to be affected just as they are by the rising and the falling of the moon. So when these tides are pulled, that symbolizes that we will be greatly impacted by this super moon, and we have the power to become this magician, and it's going to happen. We are tapping into the powers of the magician with this next full moon because we are going to be able to take what we've internalized and start to channel it through our heart chakra. So we're going to spend some time with this concept of air and then we're going to channel it down through the heart chakra and start to manifest more. That was my intuitive message earlier on with the 333, and that number ironically ties very much so into the Magician card, because the 333 is a creative energy. It's an absolutely master number of creative energy. So when tied with this Magician card, it definitely shows the potential that we have if we can just open up our heart chakra. And so I'm getting a sense here with 7 of Cups being upside down that we're working on our emotions, where that's the holdup, is we're working on some of the emotions. And once we overcome the emotions, then we're able to move at a very quick, rapid pace, a very spiritually rapid pace, where we are charged by such spiritual magnetism that we freely move forward through the air, and the skies are full of limitless potential. And so that's all I have for you right now, is this quick intuitive message for our next full moon. Please stay tuned for the next video, which will be up, giving a zodiac sign by zodiac sign definition of what to expect for this super moon in Scorpio on April 27, 2021. So until then, take care. Bye.